78 Sports TV here. Salute to the mighty LDBC. Y'all smash the like button and hit the subscribe. Turn on your notification bell so you'll be notified when I drop a new video. And if you're digging the video, please share this joint. All right, let's talk about it, y'all. So last night, Bam Adebayo dropped a record 83 points over the Washington Wizards. And this is a great feat, a personal feat, an NBA record, uh, coming only behind, Wilt Chamberlain, who dropped 100 points. Kobe, he passed Kobe, who was number two at the time, had 81 points back in the day. Now, speaking on Kobe, shout out to Kobe and his family. I was locked up when Kobe dropped, I think it was 2005. Um, Kobe dropped the 81 points on Toronto. I was locked up from '05 to '06. And so it had to be one of them years, but I think it was '05. I remember sitting in the walking around the gym and sitting in the day room, and my homie, who's a big Kobe fan, I'm a big Kobe fan as well. The 1996 draft was like the craziest stuff I ever seen. Craziest, best draft ever to me. But anyway, my boy come out, he got his headphones on. He's like, "Yo, Kobe on fire right now. Kobe, he got 50." I'm like, "Kobe got 50, right?" So I'm like, I ain't thinking nothing of it. You know what I'm saying? People drop 50. You know what I'm saying? And then he like, "Man, he got 60." I said, "Hold up, bro." So I get my radio, I'm listening, and we the whole day room, because it wasn't on TV. We had to listen to it on the radio, and it was like everybody just listening, and just it's crazy because it put me in the bind. Because you know how like back in the back in the Joe Louis boxing days when people didn't have televisions at their leisure, they had to listen to the fights on the radio, and it just I think it gives you a different experience when you're listening, when you have to use your imagination as to what's happening, and the guy giving you the play by play. You know what I'm saying? But you can't really see it. I didn't actually see that game until the following year when I got out. I beat my trial. But so shout out to Kobe for those memories, man. It was just a great, uh, great feat, man. Kobe, one of my favorite players. You know what I'm saying? Ray Allen is my favorite player of all time. Michael Jordan is number two. Kobe's number three, and Giannis is number four, and Westbrook is number five. You know what I'm saying? That's my list of favorite players of all time. You know what I'm saying? However, this is about Bam. Shout out to Bam Adebayo. He dropped 83 points on the Washington Wizards, and I know some people gonna say, "Oh, it's the Wizards." So it don't matter, bro. These are professional athletes. This is a professional basketball team. You couldn't drop 10 points on them. So to criticize who he did it against, they did the same thing to Kobe. Kobe, oh, he did it against the Toronto Raptors. Who cares, bro? Who cares who Wilt dropped 100 on? At the end of the day, it's an amazing feat. Okay, amazing. So Bam deserves all the credit and all the praise for this amazing. This is a personal feat, an NBA record. He will go down in history for this. This is dope. Now, some people will say, well, in this era, it's much easier to score. That's very true. It is much easier to score, but I'm still not going to take nothing away from Bam. Now, I want to say this too, because this brings me to another point. LeBron James once insinuated, and not just him, others have insinuated they don't believe Will Chamberlain scored 100 points because now I see people in the chats like, oh, there's no video footage. Like, how was, bro? Did you see what I'm saying? I just told you a story of how I listened in jail to Kobe drop 81. I didn't see it. I heard it on the radio, right? But y'all, because y'all disrespect somebody like Wilt and say he couldn't drop 100. But as soon as we start talking about the greatest players of all time, the excuse y'all give for why y'all don't put Wilt in the top four or top three is because, oh man, this guy was like 7'5" playing against 6'5" centers and 6'2" guys, and he okay. So if he was playing in the era where he was just so much bigger and better than everybody and just dominating, then why is it hard for you to believe he dropped 100? It's high school players dropping 100 points in a game. Well, why do you think a guy who's as big as Wilt Chamberlain, bigger than Shaq, stronger than Shaq? When Shaq came in the game, Shaq was one of the most dominating force I had ever seen in the NBA. Never seen nothing like Shaq, right? But that's before I knew Wilt Chamberlain. You understand? So when I'm coming up, I heard Wilt Chamberlain's name. I seen him in Conan the Destroyer and all that kind of stuff. I didn't know Wilt Chamberlain who he was until like I want to say when they had the NBA Top 50. When they had the NBA Top 50 and all the old school players came out there and stuff like that. That was that like 90. I don't know what year that was. When they had I think it was 95 or 96 or something. All Star Weekend when they had the NBA Top 50. And I seen this big old dude. I'm like, man, hold up, man. Ain't that dude from Conan? And my pops was like, boy, that's Wilt Chamberlain. I'm like, yeah, but so then I go into this deep dive of looking at Wilt Chamberlain. This man was an absolute monster. This man was basically the size of Shaq, but could move like Giannis. Or bigger than Shaq, they could move like Giannis. Right? It's just insanity. But anyway, I digress. So if you why is it hard for people to believe that Wilt scored 100 points is unbelievable to me. Just hating. So Michael Jordan, this is what I really want to talk about. Michael Jordan had did an interview. You know he's been doing more interviews now with his new NBA deal on the network. So Michael Jordan talked about the GOAT debate. He said he don't like the GOAT debate. He said he understands it's gonna happen, but he doesn't like it because you are taking guys from different eras, comparing them to guys from this era, the new era, and it's like you forgetting what the guys did before. You it's like you're not fully appreciating the eras that came before you, and that's my problem with hip hop and everything. It's like people forget what came first. You understand? So that bothers me. Michael Jordan gave homage to Oscar Robertson, one of the greatest Milwaukee Bucks players of all time. You understand me? Oscar Robertson. You know, so the greatest point guard, one of the greatest point guards of all time. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's a debate because you know Magic was that dude. So now, Michael Jordan paid homage to him. I've heard Michael Jordan in the past pay big homage to Dr. J on helping develop his style. Michael Jordan, for as many people that say Michael Jordan is a jerk and an a-hole, Michael Jordan pays so much homage to the players that came before him. You know what I'm saying? He I don't think I ever heard Michael Jordan say he was the greatest player of all time. I don't think so. I'm trying to think. I could be wrong, but I don't think I ever heard Michael Jordan himself say, I'm the greatest of all time. I don't think so. I could be wrong, but I don't think so. But other players definitely feel like they're the best. You know what I'm saying? Listen, when Kobe came in the game and did his thing, Kobe modeled his stuff after Jordan, right? And Kobe did a wonderful job of mimicking Michael Jordan, and he took it to another level. Kobe did. He did his own thing with it. LeBron came in. He used Michael Jordan's number and all that, but then he had a game that was more so like a Magic Johnson. So it was a weird little thing with LeBron, who's a phenomenal player as well, just not one of my favorites, right? But Rich Paul and Max Kellerman have a show, right? Rich Paul and Max Kellerman, okay? And so on their show, Max Kellerman makes a statement. And if y'all want to support the channel, hit the cash app. Appreciate the support. Max Kellerman stated that he believes Michael Jordan in this era could average a 40-point triple-double. Rich Paul disagreed strongly. No, I mean, I love Mike, but no way. Then I seen Shannon Sharp come out, and you know Shannon. Whenever somebody give Michael Jordan any praise, Shannon Sharp comes out like with just ridiculous, just hating. Like, bro, calm down. I know you like LeBron. That's cool. You have a right to like LeBron. LeBron is a beast. But man, y'all gotta stop being threatened every time somebody praise Michael Jordan, right? Stop it. I know y'all want this GOAT debate to be LeBron is the best. He ain't never gonna be the best. Get it through your thick skull. He ain't never gonna be better than Michael Jordan. He's great. but he will never be better than Michael Jordan, ever. You can't be. Listen, I'm sorry. Me personally, you can't be better than the person you can't be better than the original if you're trying to mimic it. Okay, this person helped you, like Jordan said. This person helped you develop your game. So now we're gonna just trash Michael Jordan and say LeBron, man, get up out of here with that, bro. This man got Luca on the team and y'all, man, whatever. Anyway, so now a lot of people disagree with Jordan scoring 40-point triple double, having a 40-point triple. Listen, this is why I know Michael Jordan could average a 40-point triple double. Okay, first of all, he would have to want to do that, and if he wanted to do it, he could do it. He could do it easily because in this era, the usage rate is insane for the star players, right? You mean to tell me? Because I remember people used to say nobody will ever average a triple double again. Nobody ever. If anybody's going to do it, it's going to be Grant Hill. If anybody's going to ever do it, it's going to be Grant Hill. That's what they said back in like 1995, 96. If anybody's going to do it, it's going to be Grant Hill. Right? Nobody's going to ever average a triple double again. Then I remember in about 05 maybe. Nobody's going to have a triple double. If anybody's going to do it, it's going to be LeBron. This guy is so talented, all around player. Nobody's going to do it. If anybody's going to do it, it's going to be LeBron. It's so hard to get to average a triple double, right? Because Jason Kidd was always knocking on that door. Jason Kidd was a monster, right? As a point guard. Andre Miller and them guys was knocking at the door, but they didn't do it. So then all of a sudden, my boy Russell Westbrook comes out here and he gets multiple seasons averaging the triple double, just going bananas. And then everybody hated him, of course. And he's stealing rebounds from the big guys. Some of the most ridiculous hating I ever heard. This point guard is out rebounding. He's stealing the rebounds from the big guys. It's just ridiculous. Okay, why don't the big guys steal the rebounds from the little guy then? How about that? It's just stupid. So anyway, Russell Westbrook averaged triple double multiple seasons. Okay, right? We've seen Nikola Jokic do it, and you don't believe that Michael Jeffrey Jordan in this era could average 40 points, 10 assists, and 10 rebounds? You don't believe that? I mean, seriously, you just saw Bam Adebayo drop 83 points. Bam, no disrespect to Bam, but we talking about Bam Adebayo, and you don't think Michael Jordan could average 40 points, 10 rebounds, and 10 assists? We've seen Russell Westbrook do it multiple occasions. Not 40 points, but you know what I'm saying. Michael Jordan once, early in his career, averaged 37 points a game for a season. 37 points a game. Okay? He's averaged 8 assists, 8 rebounds. But you don't believe he can average 40 points, 10 assists, 10 rebounds. And when that season he averaged 37 points, he only made 10 or 12 3-pointers that season. So we're talking about when basketball was basketball. Back before everybody was just pulling out the court, had the free reign, green light to shoot threes. That's why I keep trying to tell y'all, man. Like I started watching basketball in a time where you had 3-point specialists on your team. Everybody on the team was not able to just jack up threes. When I'm watching the Bucks, Irvin Johnson, I ain't talking about Magic. I'm talking about Irvin Johnson, the center. He didn't have the right to shoot no three. He get kicked out the game doing some mess like that. You had people who were 3-point shooters, right? And that's when the game had already started changing. Imagine if Ray Allen had the green light to shoot threes whenever you wanted to, right? Now Ray could shoot. My favorite player all the time, but Ray never had the green light that Steph Curry got. You know what I'm saying? That these players today, Ant-Man and all these guys, would be yakking up like 10, 11 threes a game. Like, it's crazy. Guys had to play basketball. They had to get down in the paint. They had to have a post game. They had to have a mid-range game. You had to have a mixed, a variety bag. You know what I'm saying? You couldn't just come down and just yak up 11 threes a game, and if you hit 4 of them, then it's like, oh, man, he nice, man. He nice. He hit 4 threes, bro. Like, what? Yeah, man, he get 12 points a game, man. But bro, he's shooting 11 threes, 12 threes. So anyway, whatever. I believe Michael Jordan definitely would average a could average a 40-point triple double playing in this era for sure because the rules help the offensive player now. Um, Jordan had to play in a much tougher era. He just did. I don't listen. Oh man, you guys be on Jordan's side. You're a grown man. This is why I be hearing these cats say in the chat. You're a grown man obsessed with Michael Jordan, dude. This is what I'm trying to figure out. You're a grown man obsessed with a dude who can't even come to grips with the fact that he's bald. Okay, the man keep taking hair off his behind and putting it on top of his head. He doing all these things. This insecure when Michael Jordan hair start falling off, he cut it off because he's a man and he gets it. Like, bro, who cares? I'm Michael Jordan. Cut my hair off. When my hair start falling out, you know what I did? Cut it off. Went bald. Not your boy. When your boy hair start falling out, he start taking it off his calves and his back and putting it on top of his head and all this. This is who you rock with. So just shut up, please. Grown man that still supports Jordan. A grown man. You a grown man. You support LeBron James. So look how stupid that sounds. You a grown man and you still play video games. Fortnite for duty. Arguing with people on the internet. Okay? So we could play that game all day. You a grown man and you ain't married. You a grown man and you ain't got no kids. You a grown man and you know what I'm saying? Like you could just do that by anything. Shut up. This is sports. If you're not a fan of sports, then go somewhere and sit down and go do something else with your life. You understand? But at the end of the day, congratulations to Bam. Sorry for making this video about all this other stuff, but shout out to Bam for that. That was a great performance by Bam. It's a lot of things you can criticize a lot of this era and stuff about, but I definitely appreciate Bam's efforts. Now, another thing I want to talk about, shout out to my brother Joe Towns to send me this. Now, Steve Kurr, of the coach of the Golden State Warriors and former legendary Chicago Bulls player, 3-point sharpshooter. Steve Kurr says that he believes that the NBA should shorten the season down to about 72 games instead of 82. And that will help prevent a lot of these injuries and stuff like that for the players and keep players healthier, blah, blah, blah. And this has always been a debate that guys are playing too much basketball, too much wear and tear on their joints and stuff like that, and ligaments and all of that. And then some say, well, it's not just the NBA, it's the AAU league and the high school and all this other stuff. And they're putting a lot of wear and tear on their bodies before they even get to the NBA. That's what some people say. And my response to that is this: shut up, please. Nobody want to hear this mess. Dudes is signing $250 million deals for 5 and 6 years. Dudes is making 40, 50, 60 million dollars in one season to play a game of basketball. Yes, you're gonna have injuries because it's physical. You run up and down the court, you might twist your ankle, you might hurt your Achilles, you might whatever, right? You run that type of risk, okay? But for the type of money you guys are making to play a game, I'm tired of this crybaby whiny stuff. So this is why I don't want to hear nothing about y'all disrespecting the old school players for these new guys. I just don't want to hear it. All these dudes are soft, all right? They softer, I should say, than the guys that came before them. But that's just a testament to society in general. It's not just basketball. It's society in general. In football, you can't even touch the quarterback without, you know what I'm saying? Whatever, you know what I'm saying? Everything is just soft now. Everybody's offended by everything. Our fathers had more testosterone than we did. Their fathers had more testosterone than they did. This is a scientific proven fact. Look it up. Okay, each generation of men become weaker and weaker and weaker because society has made things too easy for us. We no longer have to walk to get our food. We no longer have to hunt. We can DoorDash. We don't even go to the grocery store no more. Now we just DoorDash everything. So your heart ain't pumping no blood. It's pumping Kool-Aid. You understand? We don't get up and move around throughout the day. We don't do nothing. We sit down, we listen to gossip like a bunch of old housewives. Then we contribute to the gossip like a bunch of old housewives. And then we DoorDash when we want to eat some food. So how often do we have to get up and walk? How many people do you know walk 5 miles a day? What's that, about 10,000 steps? How many people you know walk 5 miles a day? I mean, seriously, not many. So my point is, it's an evolutionary. We are devolving as a race, as a culture, as people, as a species, I should say. We devolving. So this is a testament. Yes, these guys are bigger now than they was back in the day, I guess, on average. But their joints and ligaments is weaker. Look at the chickens. You ever look at them chickens? Them chickens grow so fast. Tyson Farm, Peru, and all them places, Purdue, they make all these chickens grow so quick, and they just babies. They brittle. You pulling the chicken out the package, trying to wash it and season it, you ain't even gave it a good rinse it before the bone break on the chicken. You're like, man, how does a chicken break that quick? I ain't even do nothing. I'm washing it off and it broke. Brittle bones. The water we drink, full of estrogen, plastic bottles, and all this type of stuff. Everything is all messed up. The air we breathe is trash right now. This is whatever. I don't want to get into all this other stuff, but you know what I'm saying. So don't disrespect the old school for these new dudes today. Just don't. I'm tired of hearing all these excuses made. The games we need to play less games. Y'all can't play 82 games no more. Y'all can spend their check though. Every time I turn around, some dude you got $100 million, now you broke. $200 million, now you broke. So y'all ain't got no problemo. We're going to the club, blowing all your money at the strip club, making it rain and doing all this other stuff. But you got a problem with doing your job. Man, please, man. Stop it, bro. If somebody was going to pay me, and I'm not even, listen, I ain't in no shape to be playing no basketball. I can't play basketball. Never been a hooper like that. You know what I'm saying? Never been a hooper like that. Football, baseball was my thing. I couldn't be faded. You understand? Running back, baseball, hand-eye coordination was impeccable. But I like basketball. I like playing basketball. I just wasn't cold with it. You know what I'm saying? I was like a bruiser. I foul the mess out you. You know what I'm saying? You just put me in the game just to you know what I'm saying? Whoever's scoring, I'm finna trip him. I'm finna hit him in the chest. I'm finna do something diabolical. You know what I'm saying? Cover up for the fact that I can't hoop. So I'm gonna do something, right? But if you gonna pay me $250 million to play 82 games, I'm doing it immediately. I don't care if my ankles hurt. I don't care about none of this and that. I'm doing it for that kind of money. But this is what happens when guys get used to making this money. People start feeling entitled, just like a woman that's been taken care of her whole life. You know what I'm saying? She starts feeling entitled. She forget what the struggle is like, what the grind is like. You know what I'm saying? She expects it. She thinks she's supposed to have it. You know what I mean? And that's just what it is, man. So y'all let me know what y'all think. This video went way longer than I wanted it to, but make sure y'all support the channel. Now, make sure y'all rock with your boy. Come support me on Patreon. Patreon.com/78 Sports TV. Sign up to any tier that you think is relevant to you. I would advise you to sign up to the Tales of a Hustler tier, where you get the best of everything. You know what I'm saying? Going over there and get some of that good game. You know what I'm saying? If you're into the American Pit Bull Terrier, if you're into the Bulldogs and the history of the Bulldogs, I have another Patreon called Patreon.com/Game Dog Talk. 2 different Patreons. So for the dogs, it's Game Dog Talk, where I have an all-star panel of legendary dog men with nothing but experience. I'm talking about it's well over 100 years of game dog experience on the panel. So make sure y'all get on over there and check this out. You know what I mean? But like I said, for that good game, Go to patreon.com/78 Sports TV. Y'all appreciate the support. Let me know what y'all think in the chat about what we discussed, and I'll holler at y'all in a minute. We're up out of here. Deuces.